Okay, so imagine you are just minding your business in 1518 Strasbourg, France, going about your day, and then you look outside and your neighbor is just dancing in the street. No music, no party, nothing. Just dancing. Weird, right? But okay, maybe she is just having a moment. You leave it alone. Except she is still dancing the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. For a whole week straight, this woman, Frau Troffea, does not stop dancing. Feet bleeding, body exhausted, but still going. Like someone hit play and lost the remote. And then it starts spreading. Not the music, not a party invitation, just the dancing. One by one, her neighbors start joining in. And not because they want to. Witnesses at the time said these people looked terrified. They were crying while dancing, begging to stop. Their bodies just completely ignored them and kept going anyway. Within a month, 400 people are dancing through the streets of Strasbourg, uncontrollably, day and night. And people are actually dying from it. Heart failure, exhaustion, dehydration. Historians think around 15 people a day were dying at the peak. 15 people a day. From dancing. This is a real thing that happened, by the way. This is not a myth or a folk tale. It is documented in physician records, city council minutes, and church documents. The dancing plague of 1518 is one of the most well-documented and completely unexplained events in history. Now here is where it gets even more unhinged. The city council of Strasbourg had to figure out what to do about 400 people dancing themselves to death in the streets. So they got together, had a serious meeting, thought it through carefully, and decided to hire musicians and build a stage. Their actual logic was that the dancing had clearly taken over and fighting it was not working. So they figured the best move was to just lean into it. Give the dancers a proper space, bring in live music, and hope it burned itself out faster. It did not burn itself out. People kept collapsing and waking up and dancing again. The musicians played around the clock. The whole city basically turned into the world's worst and most deadly music festival. Eventually, the council gave up on that plan, kicked out the musicians, banned all public dancing and music, and started sending the dancers to a shrine outside the city to pray for it to stop. And slowly it did stop. Over a few weeks, people came back to themselves. Exhausted, injured. Many of them missing weeks of their lives with no real memory of what happened. And Frau Troffea, the woman who started all of it, gets sent to the shrine and then completely disappears from history. No follow-up. No record of what happened to her after. Just gone. So what actually caused it? Honestly, nobody fully agrees even today. There are a few main theories, though. The first one is ergot poisoning. Ergot is a fungus that grows on rye grain and produces compounds similar to LSD. Mass hallucinations, loss of body control, convulsions. It sounds like it fits, but the problem is ergot causes rigid spasms, not coordinated dancing, and it does not spread person to person. So it explains some things, but not everything. The second theory is mass psychogenic illness, which is basically the scientific way of saying the mind made the body do it. Strasbourg in 1518 was genuinely terrible. Famine, disease outbreaks, political chaos. People were under extreme stress with absolutely no outlet. The theory goes that Frau Troffea snapped first, and in a community that wound tight, watching someone else lose control gave everyone else permission to do the same. And because people genuinely believed at the time that dancing mania was contagious just from watching it, that belief alone may have helped it spread. And the third explanation is the one the people of Strasbourg actually believed at the time, that it was a curse from Saint Vitus, a Christian martyr associated with neurological conditions. They called dancing mania Saint Vitus dance, and there had been similar outbreaks in other European cities in the centuries before. The wild thing is, none of these theories fully explains everything. 500 years of scientists and historians have looked at this, and nobody has been able to say definitively what happened. We know it started with one woman. We know 400 people caught it. We know people died. We know it stopped. And we genuinely do not know why any of it happened. One morning in July 1518, Frau Troffea walked outside and started dancing. And nobody to this day has figured out why she could not stop.